Hey guys, welcome back. It's Lisa Lovely and again we're back for another fun-filled vlog.
Your love, I'm gonna make you mine. There's something special about your love. I think it's one of a kind.
So this should be a interesting vlog. It's going to be a compilation of pretty much everything for the weekend of July like 22nd or like 21st, 22nd, all the way till Monday the 25th. It's gonna be fun filled, I say, because we have a couple visitors coming in. We have Dan's mom and brothers coming in. They're gonna be flying in tonight, and then tomorrow morning Dan's like really good friend, he was one of his groomsmen. They've known each other for at least like 12 years, no, yeah, maybe about like 12 years or so. And he's coming in because they have a Chelsea match on Saturday in Orlando. It's going to be a Chelsea versus Arsenal. So Dan, as you know, loves Chelsea, and then Nick loves Arsenal. So it should be a really good matchup. You know, like they're going to be able to support their own teams, and the fact that it's like where we are now in Orlando, that's pretty cool. So it's a major game. Apparently parking is sold out. The stadium, I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's gonna be COVID restrictions. I don't know if they're like not gonna be to full capacity, but we'll see about that. Again, you know, when family comes in, we kind of get like bogged down with just like entertaining them and spending time and like bonding and all that stuff. So I don't really know how much vlogging I'm gonna get done, but I hope we can get a lot, or at least a couple clips of kind of how the weekend went. But I'm super excited because I haven't seen Dan's mom since Kellan was, I think Kellan was like 2 weeks old when she flew down with one of his brothers. But I haven't seen her husband or his other brother since our wedding in 2017. So this year is 5 years. So it's literally been a very long time since we've seen the other half of the family. And then Nick, we haven't seen Nick since we moved. So it's nice to like have a little piece of home coming to visit us at our new home. Again, excited to see how much fun we're gonna have this weekend. But I know a bit of it is going to be just like us kind of enjoying the time. So I'm not gonna be able to like pull out the phone or the camera out and record. But I do want you guys to know, and we thank you for watching, even if it is just kind of like a snippet of our life. Yeah, so tonight we're gonna go to dinner with Dan's mom and brothers, and tomorrow Dan is gonna pick up Nick at the airport. I think his flight is pretty early in the morning. I've never been to Orlando airport, so Dan is gonna get to see it for the first time and kind of tell us like how that's gonna go, because we are flying out not this week but next week to my best friend's wedding in Maryland. So yeah, I think I kind of told you guys that already. I am dreading the flight. I don't want to like hype it up to be like, oh, it's gonna be horrible, but you never really know how your kid is gonna react on their first flight. And Kellan sometimes is like amazing at things, and then other times he's like, no, I don't like this. But he loves airplanes. But he loves airplanes when they're really far away. He's never seen an airplane like in front of his face, so I'm interested to see how he's gonna react. And I don't want to be that mom where people are like, you're gonna make your kid stop crying, and I want to be like, I'm gonna try, but I can't guarantee nothing. So yeah, so if you don't see our family's faces, they are there, they exist, but we're gonna just try to give you like clips, bits and pieces of the fun that we're having. Hey guys, so it's the next day. I know we didn't pick up the camera at all to vlog anything that happened, but we went to eat at Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse, why nobody ever told me about the rolls? And the crazy thing is, I've eaten there before and I recall not liking it. Went to the one in Pembroke Pines. Only thing I remember is peanut shells on the ground, and that's really what I remember. I don't remember the rolls, but you guys have been holding out and not telling me that the Texas Roadhouse rolls were that good. This one is completely different. We went to the one in Kissimmee off of Earl Brunson. Okay, so the food, besides the rolls, was, you know, was okay. But I would go back for sure to drink a margarita and have those rolls. So we actually got a coupon. Oh, and their onion ring things, whatever blossom they call it, that was really good too. So, but the steak, had a piece of steak. It was a nice steak, but it wasn't like the most amazing steak that I've had. And then I had like chicken tenders that I shared with Kellan. Those were okay. Can't really go wrong with chicken tenders and honey mustard, to be honest. But it was nice. It was really nice to be around family. Especially we haven't seen them, you know, I think I told you just a couple seconds ago, we haven't seen them since all together since the wedding. So it was nice to see everybody together and like just kind of like bonding and spending time together, taking pictures and all that stuff. So we didn't get a chance to pick up the camera because we were really just like trying to take it all in. So that was cool. Dan is on the road, picked up Nick from the airport. When he comes here, he's probably like, today's just probably gonna be a chill day because his flight was at 9 a.m. this morning. So he said he had to wake up like really early. So he's probably gonna nap when he gets here, and we're gonna chill out and then probably see what Friday night has for us. Hey guys, it is a hot, literally hot, and you can see it. It's dripping hot. Friday.
Really quickly, when you guys come to the parks, pro tip, don't look for the signs that are up. Those are helpful, but those are going to tell you the general area that you're parked in.
We're going to insert a picture now.
Yeah, that is at the bottom, right there, the actual road you're parked in, instead of the general idea of like, oh, the J journey.
Yeah, or like Figment, and it just gives you a general like 30 to 37.
Like
this gives
here,
you the...
this will say discover or create or something like that. It'll say create 37. That is the literal specific road that you're in. Now, how far down, if you're trying to remember that, that's on you. Walk to the end of the road, and before you take your walk into EPCOT, or whichever park it is, or before you get on the tram, just take a picture at the base of the road that you just came down.
Pro tip.
Still getting used to this being a local thing for us. Here we are headed in. Another quick pro tip. So as you approach security, if you have come in with 14 bags, start to load them onto your back and get them off of your stroller or whatever you have, because you're going to get stopped and separated from whatever has wheels or whoever has bags and who doesn't have bags. So this is where the dad strength, or the person, the hero that always takes in all the groceries all at once, needs to just take all the bags to the side and get them all inspected at once.
Over time, the remnants of these explosions began to swirl and coalesce into flames.
So another day has passed. I feel like we're just like grabbing and going, but it's always so strange. I want you guys to understand like the reality of being a vlogger when you have, you know, friends and family visiting is you're comfortable with having the camera out and talking to the camera and kind of like showing your environment. But to your friends and family, they're not vloggers, or the chances of like them being vloggers is like slim, right? So it's strange for them when they're visiting and you're like, let me pull out the camera. We're not uncomfortable with it, but we don't want them to feel uncomfortable. So you'll find that like we end up just being like really involved in like kind of like what's going on with them and talking and just kind of enjoying the time. Because like I said, we at the end of the day, our goal is not to make them feel uncomfortable. But if we have family members that are like, hey, yeah, and jump in the camera, you know, it's good. But really when it comes to like family time, especially when it came to like, when it comes to like Dad's mom, who we haven't seen in so long, we really just want to like enjoy the time. But I feel like I'm the only one picking up the camera. Let's see if Dan has pulled out the camera anytime in these last couple of days. But this is now Saturday, Dan and Nick have gone to the match. Like I said, I hope he gets to record a little bit of it because that would be really cool that I can insert and kind of show you how much fun they had. So if you are a Chelsea supporter, cheers to you. If you're an Arsenal supporter, cheers to you. I am betting on Chelsea today. Maybe just because it's like, that's Dan's team. But I'm like a diehard like Man U fan. And obviously they're not playing today, so I'm not there. But I hope, you know, Chelsea wins, so Dan isn't depressed. But Nick, if Nick wins, if Arsenal wins today, then Nick will be happy. So I actually saw it on the news that the stadium parking is sold out. I don't know how much parking they have at the actual stadium, but that's sold out. And then the surrounding areas, I was trying to like do advanced parking, and that didn't seem like it was very like feasible because they all seemed like they were all like on a couple blocks away, like a distance away. I do know that they had like shuttles set up so that you can get from, I guess, parking areas down the street to the stadium. But Dan was like, he's just gonna go and see it, which is probably gonna be more expensive. But you know, again, it's just like you kind of have to live some things in order to kind of know for next time. But it seems like the community is really embracing this match. I know a lot of people from South Florida that came up and a lot of people from Tampa that came over here. So I'm really happy to see, you know, international football being embraced so well in Orlando. And Dan and I have considered actually getting the Orlando City tickets to kind of, you know, experience that, to see like an actual like MLS game. Again, I'm excited. I wish I could have gone, but especially with the crowds, I'm very reluctant with like bringing Kellan out there, as you never kind of know. And football has a tendency, or like, let me not say football, a lot of major sports have the tendency to have people, they drink a little, and it is super hot right now. So if you're watching this and you come to Florida and you don't know, you think, oh, I can drink like 2-3 beers when I'm in New York, right? And I'm outside. Okay. Don't do that in Florida and think you're not gonna get dehydrated, okay? With the hot sun, you're gonna pass out, or you're gonna get like super drunk and you're gonna like, how did that happen? Florida heat. So I told Dan, make sure you guys drink a lot of water, but just have fun. And then, you know, like worst case scenario, Uber. Like I said, I'm excited. I hope I can find coverage of the match because I'd like to like watch along live. But I'm probably gonna have to just watch replays and stuff like that. But if I do get footage from Dan, I'm going to insert it here.
So the atmosphere is here, and it is warm. We're actually standing up until halftime because we couldn't bother to fight to get to the seats. Chelsea, seriously, I just want you to know that I was here when this happened, okay? You see that scoreboard? 4-0. 4-0, and we're lucky that it's 4-0. Alright guys, so what's up? In a little bit of recovery mode. Atmosphere was amazing. Camping World actually looks very good when you go there. Like, I'm used to, I don't even know, I'm gonna age myself calling it Pro Player at this point, but like what it's called now, Pro Player, Landshark, Hard Rock, down in Miami, but when it still had like bleacher style seating and stuff like that, and very rickety feeling and stuff like that. I've heard they renovated it. It's about the capacity of this now. So this is 6,500 from what the announcement was when we were actually in the game. It was sold out, which you could believe because it really had a very big atmosphere. Now I have to say, as there was a good contingency of Chelsea fans, but I have to give it up to Arsenal fans. They came out in droves. They were really there. They were loud. They were boisterous. And that was their night too, because the end result was just outright shellacking for Chelsea, which obviously wasn't all that enjoyable for me. It wasn't about the result. It was more about just like the performances were bad from Chelsea. I felt like we kind of looked like a team that it's only like 2 new signings. Like, yeah, a lot of people were on loan or, you know, are not used to playing in a senior team. But they looked like they had just met. They were playing like they just met. A lot of people looked like they were off the boil. And everybody kept saying, yeah, it's preseason. But I just didn't see any progression from the problems that we were having last season. It looked like the problems that we were having last season magnified. So that was what was worrying about that. I had to give it to Arsenal. The second goal in particular was a very well-worked goal. We didn't get in to see the first goal live. We were trying to get in like half an hour before the game, which we should have kind of known better. But one thing I have to say they have to do better about is the ticket thing to be scanned in. Then the scanners need to have internet service. And imagine 65 plus their crew. So who knows, you know, up to 66,000 people all trying to use the internet all at once in the area and trying to jump on the Wi-Fi. We barely got enough signal to download the tickets that we got from Ticketmaster onto Nick's Apple wallet, and then we were able to enter because they kept saying they can't scan screenshots, which is again ridiculous. And there was like a bottleneck trying to get in. That was the only negatives that I could take from it, obviously, that other than the mollywhopping that we received on the pitch. But like outside of that, once we did actually get in, it was a great experience. Atmosphere was great. There was 1 or 2 little signs of riffraff. There was an idiot that actually ran on the field late in the game, and they made sure that they, you know, removed the cameras and the broadcasting from that. It just didn't seem like it was kind of a thing that was worth getting possibly banned from the stadium for, like a preseason game run on or whatever. But he got tackled, and you know there were those moments. There were 1 or 2 like unnecessary levels of animosity to, and not anything to do with sporting. Like we had a moment where we had gone to the wrong section when we were looking for our seats. And this guy just went to 100 immediately on defending that we were in the wrong place, instead of just like assuming maybe if you're secure about where you're at, that maybe we're possibly just in the wrong section. You know, no one lives out there in Camping World or is there, I think, frequently enough to be like, oh yeah, I know this place inside and out, and know that was our first time going in there. But outside of all of that stuff, putting that stuff to the side, I absolutely have to say it was a blast. It was good to see real fans and new fans getting into the sport, to see people so into the sport. And even though it was a shellacking for Chelsea, I was glad to see so many goals scored too, because that's another narrative that we have to fight for the sport to get bigger, is that, oh, it's a low scoring sport, nothing happens and blah blah blah, which is funny because I feel like American football will have like 3 or 4 touchdowns too, but because they have this point system where they're counting by 6s and adding 7 and all of that, it seems so much more inflated, the scores, than what it actually is. But yeah, all in all, a really great experience. Extremely hot. That's what we're really kind of recovering from. We went out there to tailgate. We must have had literally 1 drink because it was just way too hot. Even at 7 with the sun going down, the hydration levels just weren't conducive for drinking out there at all. So it's not even recovering from like heavy drinking or anything like that you'd usually associate with, you know, like that kind of pub style culture of like going to a game. It was just extremely hot. Fanfare looked like it would have been really fun too, but again, I just can't imagine going out there from 4 or 5 o'clock when the sun was really up and thinking that I was going to last until 8 o'clock. I would have been done and ready to go by like halftime. which I would have at least witnessed half of the shellacking at that point. But all in all, very, very enjoyable. I always suggest going to them live. You get a different experience. Wish they would do better about the replays in stadium so we could see what the calls are. I feel like the people at home kind of get a better view of stuff because they have these screens and they're just blank in the thing when they're doing the reviews, and we're like, why are we not seeing what you guys are seeing at home? But very fun, chanting, doing the wave, just being amongst a lot of people. Of course, the inevitable thoughts of like, you know, this is this close proximity, did that person cough a certain way and this and that. But like beyond all of that, if you wanted to wear your mask, you wear your mask. It was very fun to go out there and do that, and I look forward to every year that they come to the States and give us the opportunity to see these players that, you know, come from so across the pond play. Every time I do, I will always try to go if the tickets are reasonable price. So all in all, big thumbs up to it. I don't know if I can stomach watching the highlights again, but might find something else to do. So anyway, see you guys later. But all in all, really good experience for the losing side.
So you see that I've been in this chair quite often lately, but I do love it, and it's still in the bedroom and it should be in the office. But for a couple weeks now we've been telling you that we're revamping the office / studio. So because of that, I have a whole bunch of stuff all over the place. So that's why I'm using the desk and stuff like that that's in the bedroom as like my desk. This desk is really just supposed to be like my makeup area. A really cool makeup mirror, lights up and everything. That's really the purpose of this, you know, like desk. It's supposed to be like a vanity, but I'm using it to edit right now. So just kind of tell you how Sunday ended, because like I said, I'm editing for this vlog that's busting today. But yesterday we ended up going to Kobe Steakhouse, which is, funny enough, it's one of those restaurants that are all over Orlando. If you go anywhere in Orlando, literally anywhere, Kissimmee, Orlando, like Maine, you're going to find Kobe Steakhouse. Like they're literally everywhere. It's really nice because like Nick came, and Dan's mom and her husband, Dan's brothers came, and it was just really nice because it's like a hibachi style, so they cook in front of you. I wasn't sure how Kellan was gonna handle it, but with all like the fire and stuff like that. So he was like, and you could feel the fire, so he was really like, oh my god, what is that? And I'm always telling him, like, don't touch the fire, because we have the tiki torches outside. So it was weird because it was like really close to him, but he seemed to enjoy it. He was holding on for dear life. He was like, don't get me any closer to the flames. But you know, it's a show, so he was entertained slightly. He enjoyed the noodles. Yeah, so the actual food itself was really good. You have rice, vegetables, noodles, and then you actually, before all of that, they give you a clear onion soup, and then they give you a salad with that like orange colored ginger salad that's like, you know, the traditional Japanese kind of style, or what we think is traditional Japanese style. And then they went into the cooking show and all that stuff, and throwing the egg into the hat. And if Kellan wasn't holding on for dear life, I probably would have filmed a bit of it, but it was really nice. If I have any pictures, I insert them there. But yeah, we really had a good time. It's always nice to get around like family and friends. But that's pretty much what we did at the end of Sunday. I got dropped off, and then the boys, you know, Dan and Nick went just kind of exploring Orlando. So they enjoyed themselves, and Dan is actually taking a nap because Nick is going back to South Florida right now. He's literally getting ready. Like, I need to probably be getting ready myself, but like I said, I wanted to edit this video for you guys so you can see this and catch up to how our Thursday through Monday kind of went. I wish it wasn't just like talking. I wish I was able to kind of show you a glimpse of it, but family comes first, and it was all about enjoying the family experience. I think you guys understand. But we're gonna hit the road, or I'm gonna get ready and they're gonna hit the road and say goodbye to another set of family members, because like I said, Dan's mom, they left this morning. Their flight was I think 6 a.m. so they literally didn't go to sleep last night after dinner. They went back to their hotel, they packed up their stuff and take a little bit of a nap, or they had to wake up at freaking like maybe 3 a.m. in the morning to head to the airport for the 6 a.m. flight. But luckily Nick was able to catch like a 7 o'clock flight, so it is like 4:30 now. We're gonna head out really soon because even though it's a domestic flight, you never really know. You kind of want to be there just in case, you know, something is awry. We're gonna get ready and hit the road. See you in like 2 days. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes we do some shorts in between. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done it already. And hit the bell notification because we do this ever so often. Peace.
Love, I think it's one of a kind. There's something special about your love. I want it all the time. You will always be my inspiration.